This next video, we're going to take this first example, the L shape, which I've shown you here as a block, and we're going to draw that in isometric on top of our drawing here. So you can see I've got my grid paper underneath my plain sheet, like this, and I'm going to draw this one up here. So I'm going to move the sheet down a little bit so we can see what's going on. Now, I am going to presume that you can't see, I can see the grid underneath my plain sheet here, which is why I've got it as like a tracing sheet like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work out, first of all, on my sheet here, I'm going to count the triangles, and that is how large each side is when I do my drawing, okay? So I've got 1, 2, 3 triangles there. I've got 1, I've got 3, I've got 4, I've got 3, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, okay? So it gives you an idea how big everything is. Orthographic, so isometric drawings should not be a new thing for anyone because they would have been year 8 work. So I'm going to start drawing my drawing here. Now somewhere, I'm going to start at the bottom to do the bottom part of my L. So if you draw with me on this one, I find this section here and I'm going to draw up one triangle like this. And then I'm going to start drawing my bottom face. So if we look here, I'm going to draw, I've just drawn this line here. I'm now going to draw this one and this one. Okay, count the triangles. 3 along that side, and then 3 along this side. Feel free to speed up the video to go through this section here. But I am just reproducing the lines of the drawing. And because I'm not tracing it, I'm using the squares, the triangles, and the measurements to see how far I've got to go. It means I always stay in line. It means it's always the right measurements. Okay, do my L shape here, double checking what my measurements are. So as I complete this one here, I check in my drawing, that should be 2 triangles, and I do have this one at 2 triangles here. Checking every stage that I've got all the right sizes as we go along. And if we always stay on the grid, everything will always match up. They're all 3. Along to here. This one going downwards. That's 3. And along here like this. Okay, so that's my isometric view. Just spend a bit more time on it to make it a little bit better, but that's good enough for now. What I'm going to do now is the drawing that I'm going to do in my orthographic, we're actually going to scale it up. So where that is 3 triangles right now, I'm going to double that measurement. So your task in a minute is going to be to double that. So that'll be 6 and so on and so forth. So we're going to use our math skills just to make sure that we've got all the right sizes on the edges so it doesn't confuse us when we start to draw it in orthographic. Finish this one off. And then you've got every single line labeled as to how long each one is when we start drawing our orthographic. I'm going to leave that where it is. We're going to move on to do the orthographic layout properly now on the main section.